Before this video starts, I would like to give a quick shout out to Elizabeth Owen _X, Scott for Taylor, yes I spelt it right this time, and Sneeve5. If you want to shout out, please leave a comment below.
The lights fitted inside the engine compartment so we can see what we're doing in the dark.
Hello one and all, it's Team Traction here, and today's video is a 2-in-1 episode where we will be visiting the East Anglian Railway Museum and the Mid Suffolk Light Railway. So sit back, relax and enjoy the show. We start our day at the Mid Suffolk Light Railway in Brockford, viewing some antique coaches. We then move on to the Heritage Lottery funded engine shed, where we see Hudswell Clark 060ST undergoing a full overhaul. This engine will be painted bright red when complete, and on the wall we see some headboards for the Santa specials and a clothesline with some workman's overalls. Then we view the cab of Y7 number 985. This is based at the Norfolk Railway but is on long-term loan to the Mid Suffolk due to the Norfolk Railway really being too big for an engine this small. Here is another Hudswell Clark 060ST and a rare survivor, a Cockerill tram from Belgium, an 040, well tank design. Both of these unfortunately were out of service today. The engine providing the service today was a Ruston Hornsby 060 diesel shunter, due to all other engines being out of service today. What's ironic about that is this event was called the Easter Steam Up. Oh well, never mind. Here is the entire length of line from Brockford to Dovebrook Holt. It is a very short railway, but the Mid Suffolk have plans to extend the line another half a mile, of which you will see later. Past Dovebrook you see some old stock sidings with some deteriorating wooden goods vehicles. And then going up further you see the end of the line and the gate where the line will hopefully continue one day. And up in the next shed we see an LNER green Wickham trolley. Now this Wickham trolley can be used in service but is only up and running special days. And it also has a works vehicle attached to the rear. Next to the shed we come parallel to one of the tracks and we see a Great Eastern coach body that has converted into a pub. And now we are on the train back from Dovebrook, where we're riding on two converted Great Eastern four-wheeled Victorian coaches, both painted in Mid Suffolk Light Railway colours. The line has an operating speed of 5 miles per hour max due to the length of it and the tightness of this curve. Hopefully, once the line becomes longer, they can upgrade the infrastructure to allow the trains to go a little faster. Next, we pass over a foot crossing, and then we're back at Brockford. You can see this event is very popular, with most of the coaches full. Even though most of the trains are running, people still turn up. This is just a nice day. And these are the new line extension plans, currently situated in one of the workshops at Brockford. This is what it will hopefully look like. And here is the museum, showing various artefacts of railway memorabilia. And here is one of my favourite museum pieces, a 5-inch gauge working model of the Great Eastern Railway locomotive number 490, which was called the T26 class. Now this engine does survive. It is currently based at Bressingham Museum, and you'll see it in my Bressingham Series 2 video. Here is a little model railway showing Brockford. This is quite old and it does need to be renovated. On to our second railway of today's episode. This is the East Anglian Railway Museum, based at Chapel, just south of Sudbury. Here we see an 040 saddle tank called Jeffrey and a museum display board. Now the way you get into this museum is you have to go in bottom, then you go out up the stairs and across the footbridge, as you can see here, because as you will have seen from my train spotting number 2 video, the way this museum works is one track is still National Rail, but the other track is Third Railway, where you can see a couple of Mark 1s parked on the platform. The station shrubbery is very nice. Then we take a gentle stroll to the start of the museum. complete with lovely signage. And here is an example of that, with class 153, 314, departing for Marks 10. You can see the unique setup of this railway. Here's one of the station offices, and as we come into the museum, we see a railway clearinghouse, which is one of the only ones in preservation. Quite a ordinary building, but quirky nonetheless. So we pass over the level crossing now, and we see the main locomotive shed, including the Society's main locomotive. Coming up onto the platform now, we see a replica Wisbech and Upwell tramway vehicle, and the sole surviving Great Eastern Railway N7. We've also got a WD shunter, a Mark 1 coach, and various items of stock within the shed itself. Here is the N7 tank locomotive. It's an 062T design, and like I say, it is sole survivor. Currently it's a static exhibit because the boiler ticket has expired. Here we are inside the replica Wisbech and Upwell tramcar, which is used on the Society's Days Out with Thomas events, where they also have a replica Toby the tram engine. Here we are inside the restored goods shed, which is used for weddings, including a Great Western brake van where the bride and groom stand. And here we enter the main heritage museum, where there are hundreds of artefacts, including station names, station numbers, clothes, books, reports, maps, pictures, medals, you name it, it's probably going to be in here. And here is just a look at some of it.
Can you press that button?
Make sure the historic record back to the button line up. I'll work the track right again. Each camera is off.
Here is the 7.25 inch gauge light railway that runs along the back of the museum site. Starting at Upper Railway Station, it passes behind a replica shop front scene, housing more items, and then all the way down to the end of the site. And here we follow the train as it makes its journey along. We've also taken a look at a driver's eye view. This is the entire trip. Enjoy. hear in the background is another Class 153 departing from Chapel Station. My final shot is me going inside the narrow gauge locomotive shed, which I was lucky enough to get a private tour of. Enjoy.
The big boy himself. It's big enough to actually sit in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this is a new build, is it?
No, that's a loco that's actually designed specifically for miniature railways.
Oh.
It's called a Tinkerbell type engine.
Tinkerbell.
Part of the first one built in '68.
Wow.
This one only dates us from as recently as 2011, so it's barely 6 years old.
And who's he then?
This fella is Suffolk Punch. He's our resident diesel loco. There's an actual diesel, sort of petrol engine in there.
Petrol engine.
Unfortunately, not one of the most reliable locos. That one, I'm sorry to say. And also very easy in that. You have troubles starting to drain.
Yeah, it's lovely.
The advantage of this one is that you actually have a seat to actually sit inside the loco rather than perched on a separate tender, so you have the advantage.
Yeah. So what's she not running today? Is she just
Frederick is his name, so technically he's a he. This one's not running because obviously it takes about 2 hours to get him steamed up, just like the big one. And obviously, even if we do, it obviously takes a heck of a lot of coal just to fill a rather large firebox that big, just to keep him simmering all day.
Oh,
So I'm quite at days like this, we just use our electric locos. You can just turn them on and off whenever you need them.
Yeah.
But obviously with a steam loco, you have to keep it running all day, and it just
Burns up coal.
yes, and obviously uses water.
So he's fully operational at the moment.
He is.
That's good.
He's just waiting. I think our next event is going to be Halloween Thomas when we get to run with all 4 coaches.
Ooh.
Which is currently as many as our station's going to take.
Thank you for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye for now.